himbos. We are not bimbos. We are the himbos. We are not bimbos. We are the himbos. We are not bimbos. We are the himbos. We are not bimbos. Himbo body, himbo mind, himbo soul, himbo philosophy, himbo fashion, himbo fitness, himbo grooming, himbo science. We are the himbos. We are not bimbos. We are the himbos. We are not bimbos. We are the himbos. Himbos, yeah. Coming gonna tell you how to do your hair.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Ooh.
Like it's better than yours.
I wasn't expecting that.
I know you aren't.
Oh my God, I remember this. Dude, I used to play this shit at like middle school dances. I always thought it was so funny because I would DJ the richest of the rich and then the blackest of the black in the Washington, D.C. area. And you would think that the black people would party hard and they would just dance. Like this would come on and they maybe like freak a little bit. The white people straight up clothing fucking.
Really?
Straight up because they got money.
Did you play this in the strip club?
I didn't. I played Milkshake, but I didn't play like. I wasn't a big techno guy. I worked at a strip club that was like very. I used to call it like strip hop. So it's like Future, Migos, Drake. 2009 through 2012, I worked a day shift, so I could play whatever I wanted to do. But then from 13 on to 16, when I quit, it was all nighttime, like whatever guys would throw money to. And when I would play rock music, all the guys in the club would be like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
This is a dope drop. And you know what?
You about to drop some science?
I'm going to introduce the show in a second.
Oh, do it, dude.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Himbos. It's your boy, the White D'Angelo, Justin Silver, and the Granite Songbird, Josh Adam Myers.
Ready
Coming
for
to
connection.
you live from Club Space in Miami. It is Cuban Coolie Cigar Night, so we may get arrested and fucking deported. You ever smoke coke out of a cigar?
I smoked coke out of a parliament. That
Yeah.
was like the whole point of a parliament.
A
like
coolie.
the tip filter. Yeah, you dip it in, give it a little scoodle, and then you get the nummies.
We are sober boys now. With us, we are down one of our lovely ladies. Natalie is taking over as not only engineer but producer as well. Hello, Natalie. Please keep the music on when you say hello.
Holding down the fort.
Holding down the fort. This is an exciting episode. We're very fitness-based here today. With us, one of our dear friends. He is a comedian. He is a podcaster. He is a fitness coach. A dear friend of mine who's staying on my couch right now. You have something to say?
And human lat muscle.
Human lat muscle. The fucking jackedest comedian in Comedianville, Nick Simmons, is with us, everybody.
Hey, boom, boom, boom with the Nick, boom, boom with the boom, Nicky, boom, boom.
Nick's staying at my house.
Of course he is.
He walked in and he goes, dude, look at this fucking haircut. I almost cried. Nick, take that.
I see it, dude.
They fucked this up, but it's fixable.
No, it's bad, bro.
It actually
They
show
gave
the
me
back.
the Bert from Bert and Ernie
Show 'em-
fade.
it's the back where you see where it's really. They didn't even fade it. It's like it's like Kid and Play flat top.
Even your head has muscles.
Even his head.
Christ,
He's got
dude.
like my pit bull's head. Like when Nick talks, like when Brutus chews, it's like the head muscles.
Yeah, it's that like roll of fat, but like muscle and crunch.
Yeah,
dude.
it looks like a roll of hot
You
dogs.
look like you have dog skin. I just want to grab your cheek and pull.
By the way, speaking of dogs, bring her up here, homie.
Like a dog.
Look who we got in the
get her?
studio.
Can we
Bring her
get
up.
her?
Bring her up.
Up
Up. Come here.
Up, like a
Bring them.
dog.
Oh, this is Josh's pooch Lecca, everybody.
Beautiful
She's beautiful, well trained,
Down.
muscular, beautiful girl. She's hanging out at my house. She wears gold chains at my house while she's on the treadmill.
I
We've
don't like
himboed
that. Down.
this dog up.
I don't like that.
Oh,
when Aviva sent me the picture of Lecca with the gold chain on, I was like, take that off.
She actually put it on. Aviva actually put the gold chain on.
You know that Justin's whole identity is now based around chains.
I was always a gold chain guy.
Wait,
You're
are
not
you
a
wearing
gold-
one now?
No, I'm not. So the one I had, my neck got too big.
Is this one too yellow? Is this gold too yellow? Be honest with me.
It's a little yellow.
It's a little yellow. See, I'm gonna swap this one out for the whiter gold one from the other company.
Did
but
you
that's
get
a
that
cool
at Claire's?
What?
Would you get that at Claire's?
No, I got it on this online company. You know what it is? I got it.
That's the biggest insult you can say to somebody with jewelry on.
I
You
got
get that from the mall. What are you talking about?
Forever 21, right?
I got a few that were plated, and then I got a few full solid gold ones just to try the different ones out. Because I'm also like the ones that are. I know I'm gonna lose this thing, so it's like to get like a regular. Like I don't give a shit about like it's real gold. This it's plated. That I don't give a fuck about. But I'm like, I know I'm gonna lose the fucking thing because like you take it on, you take it off at the gym. I know I'm gonna lose it, so I'm like, how much am I gonna freak out if I lose like,
Do you mind if
an
I ask?
$8,000 chain?
It's an $8,000 chain.
No, if I lost an $8,000
Oh, you'd
chain,
freak the
these
fuck
are
out.
like under $1,000, dude.
I
These
mean,
are
it's beautiful.
these are. It's too
It looks
yellow.
like it's at least $1,000 one.
It doesn't matter.
I have a good one, but so I got it when I was young, and it was
What
it got to the
gauge?
point.
What gauge?
I'm not sure, but I
Is it
remember
this thick?
Could you imagine
but
him putting on a chain that he wore when he was younger with the size?
Well,
of
that's
his
what happened, 'cause
Dude, your Adam's apple is
massive.
fucking vascular.
I had the Jesus cross on it too, and I remember some kid
We're
came up
Jewish.
to me
I don't
because it
wanna
was
hear about
so tight. It was so tight. Some kid came up and wiped Jesus' forehead. He goes, "Jesus is trying so hard to hold that fucking chain together."
He showed me a picture of him when he was like when you were young.
17.
Oh, he showed it to me
He's-
yesterday.
Dude, he had shoehorn. He had the shoehorn fucking tricep.
Nick's like Nick's in St. Jay. We worked out yesterday. We went to the gym.
Ooh, what'd you guys do?
He's a fuck. We did like
Back and tries.
We did back and tries. He's a monster. But we did the chain shit, which he's never done.
That's
before.
fun.
The fucking shit.
It makes you
with
feel like a
the
badass
shit-
doing it
the
too.
shit with the chains.
Yeah, all right, dude.
You can drop. You can drop set it.
All
You
right,
can drop set it.
Hercules. You chill out, Morpheus. I don't know what that Morpheus reference was
Morpheus.
for.
That
but-
would be a different. That would be a different movie. But
Yeah, I know, but
okay. You want to try again on it? Hercules was good.
all right,
Something with
Acropolis.
Who was the guy in the who's got the chains on him in the Bible? He rips them off.
Oh, Moses.
No, that's different. That's
Oh.
that's like bondage chains. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Oh, Noah.
No.
Noah was into S&M. I don't know if everybody knew that. That was what was really going down with those animals on the boat.
Nick is a fucking monster in the gym, dude.
Have you always, been you said me at 17, but were you playing like sports in high school
Yeah, so
and
I was like I was a wrestler since I was a little kid, and then once I stopped wrestling, I was like, oh, I could eat whatever the fuck I want.
got
Then
fat.
I just got huge because I was just all high school. I was eating like a meal a day, tiny meals, just to actually just stay because I was cutting from 200 down to 170. Like for nationals, I had to cut down
At
all the
what
way to
age?
16.
wow.
That's insane.
Yeah, man. I mean,
That's like Mike Tyson at 16. Like Mike Tyson. No, he was like just touching 200.
and he's like we're all this has been so funny. I just realized we're all like 5'9", fucking, but we're fucking girthy.
That's the best
All
height.
The
three.
best
Yeah,
height
though.
to gain muscle, though.
Is it really?
Yeah, because it's got you know this.
Yeah.
It's got to travel less distance. It's like that's you look at like the most muscular athletes, like not just like gymnasts. Well, bodybuilders are like if you go to the Olympia, it's like what's the average height of the bodybuilders? Maybe
Well, besides
5'9".
classic physique, which is like Chris Bumstead, who's 6'1", but
Right.
everybody regular bodybuilding open, like Phil Heath, 5'9".
5'9".
Ronnie Coleman,
Right.
5'9".
All Josh's height.
And all the podcasts,
Slow it
not
down.
podcasts. What am I talking about? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot,
It's okay.
dude. We have everybody in here has had little sleep today.
Yeah, we're all. I don't know why, dude. We're all just fucked up.
Fucking
I slept good on your
Mercury,
couch.
Avatar. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, dude.
did
You know
not.
what I mean? The January 6th committee's coming to an end. Fucking other stuff. No, all the strongest CrossFitting guys like Matt Frazier. He's like 5'8".
That's the one you
Is-
showed me last night?
And I was talking
Yeah.
to when I was with Eddie Ift in Vegas, and we were with those two. I wish I had their names in front of me, but the two both competing CrossFitters that we worked out with at this gym. He was like I was saying they were like, how can Matt Frazier do that, and how is he so great? And they're like, think about this, man, like. All those weight movements, certain things, like the advantages of being able to get it up,
Yeah.
like a lot
Traveling less
less
distance.
but it's traveling less distance,
Right.
Like a tall guy, wall balls, rowing, but like burpees, they got to get all the way down, and it's just like being short, fucking rules.
Being short fucking rules. I've never mind. You know what? I used to mind being short. Like I had like this phase where it's like it made me insecure, and then I overcame it, and it was like it's never bothered me again.
I never gave a shit.
It never bothered me again. I just had like a little moment where I was just like it made me insecure, and then it never bothered me again.
I didn't know I was short until I wrote a joke a
You're not.
year ago.
You're not as short as I am.
But
though.
I remember this. I DJ'd. Here's something funny.
Yes.
I think it was at the tail end of the pandemic. I DJ'd these rich guys in Newport Beach. I was hired to host this event where this one wealthy guy raced another wealthy guy's dog. and they were raising. They made a bet when they were drunk one night, you know, for like $5,000, and then they did this race around Newport Beach with one guy was leading the dog and the other guy was just running, and the guy won, of course. But there was like
The guy. How did the guy
Wait,
beat
the guy
dog?
beat a dog
he just
on
ran.
foot?
He just ran, and the dog stopped to pee, and the guy was going to win anyway.
Got it.
Because it was just a way to raise money. They were like, let's do it for charity, and they raised like maybe like $75,000 to $100,000 for like dogs, you know,
Sure.
dogs against AIDS or whatever.
Sure. You know how dogs are with that age.
Yeah, they
man.
hate AIDS.
They hate AIDS.
Hate AIDS. Lekka's HIV plus. She's been on PrEP. But the main thing of it was there was a dude there that kept making a joke about how short I was. And I was like killing.
You're not that short. You're average
I know,
height.
but he was like,
How fucking
he was
tall
just
was this
digging
dude?
at me. He wasn't that much taller. He was like 5 inches taller, but he was just digging at me to the point where I was like, I even said to him, I was like, yeah, dude, it's like the joke's done. Like,
Yeah.
like, what do you want me to say? Yes, this is how God made me.
You know what's
Look at this.
You know what?
That's always
You know.
that's
you know,
always weird when tall dudes are like they make it their personality, like they'll put it in their bio and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
they'll
yeah.
talk shit about you. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, your
And they
biggest
think-
accomplishment is 2 tall people back in the day fucked and made
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
You know?
But
No.
don't you wish? I'm sorry, not to cut you
Go
off,
ahead, go
because
ahead.
I'm all jacked up. Don't you?
One of us has to be good.
Don't you wish that like your great grandma fucked some like 6'5"
Some Nordic
Nigerian
giant
guy?
Oh, that yeah, that's
just
it.
has a little bit of fucking just to make me 5'10".
It would have been
You know?
nice.
It just doesn't bother me. I never think of it at all anymore. And I've every girlfriend I've ever had long term has always been taller than me.
Taller.
Always.
Well,
I like
what-
tall chicks. I think maybe like subconsciously I'm trying to like do that.
You
know
want
what
to
I
climb
mean?
a gal.
I'm trying to like fuck up, you know, make like taller offspring. But the funny thing is like when like women think it bothers you and they're trying to dig like you sure did, and if it doesn't bother you, like this is having no effect.
Yeah,
on me.
exactly.
Nick, I don't know if you know this. This is fucking awesome.
What?
He arm wrestled
I saw that. Go ahead, tell everybody though, because I don't think everybody.
Brian Shaw, who is the world's strongest man. Last night we were watching videos on him where he went to the UFC
The training facility.
and they have this whole testing facility there where it's like they test like your grip strength, they have you like throw, they have all these like computers where you throw an Olympic bar to see, and he's like breaking records that they test all the heavyweights with. So Nick fucking arm wrestles this dude who's, how big is he?
6'8", 430 pounds.
And you are?
5'8", if I'm lucky.
I think you're lying.
210.
210.
Yeah.
We have the video of them arm wrestling, and I was
it.
like, "This is fucking bananas."
That's it.
Natalie, you got this? No, that's the other one.
This is the
The other video.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about that, dude. We're getting on a
we'll get
Reddit
to that
page
one in a
today.
second. It's the other video of Nick, please.
Natalie's turning into Care Bear with his disorganization. What is going on, Natalie? Leave this in the episode. I
No.
love you. Where's that cookie girl at
Okay,
again?
here we go.
Here we go.
This is best of, and when I say go, when I release,
Okay.
we go.
Callan sounds like Kermit the Frog, by the way.
When I say go,
Dude, look at this.
Look at his arm. Jesus Christ, dude. Look at the fucking size of that
Now-
lump.
This is a short video, and I have a question.
that's good though.
Real good, man.
Once he put his 400 pounds into it, it was done.
Is he
Yeah.
giving you any on this?
Yeah. He was
No,
giant.
no. I'm saying, is he like is he
he
giving
being
you
generous?
leeway on this?
Yeah.
Thank
No,
you.
no, he told me afterwards. He's like, I've never been put in that situation arm wrestling before.
No shit.
Yeah.
It's all technique.
He was asking me technique afterwards because he was like, how did you get me like that?
You were like, well, I do Winstrel. I take HGH twice a day.
Yeah, you
You're
don't
the
think he
liver king. I'm the kidney king.
You're pulling. You're pulling with your
Yeah.
lat.
So what I do, it's all lat strength. So you're, instead of like pushing, you're pulling them towards you. So the more you pull them towards you, the more you outstretch them, the better your leverage is.
What are you lat pulling down? Like, I'm just
A
curious.
lot yesterday.
I usually do the whole machine on lat
Which
pull downs.
is what?
Whoa.
What was
210?
210 was
210 on
yeah.
that one?
Wow.
But it's easy. That's what I'm doing for like hypertrophy, 12 reps.
Do 12 reps of that.
Easy.
Perfect form, slow down, slow
Yeah.
up. Wow.
We did deadlifts yesterday. He was just banging them out.
I just started, just from training with him, I was like, I want to start doing strength training again, just because I used to be so good at strength training. So I'm like, the other day I did 500 on deadlifts. So I want to build my way back up to 600, just because I feel better when I'm strong again. You know, like we did that video you'll see later, like the 120-pound dumbbell.
So we'll go to this one right now.
see
So,
this.
but give the backstory on this, please.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do the road with Brian Callen, and we've been working out
On the
together.
road again with Callan, we're in Tampa, my friend.
Yeah, so he was.
Voice sounds good today.
Thanks, man.
You do have a beautiful voice.
I warmed it up last night on my way to the
Have you
show.
never had Josh sing to you?
No.
When you're sad?
I'm the granite
Dude,
songbird.
let me tell you something. Josh has talked to me off. I don't think people know the dynamic that me and Josh really have, where it's like Josh is also a sounding board for me because I always feel I'm always seem like the mama bear on this show. But I was fucking spiraling, which we were talking about. He fucking talked me off the ledge. He positive affirmationed me. Go ahead, give the backstory.
Yeah, give us a backstory.
So we've been training together. I've been helping him because he wants to get a little bigger, and
Brian does.
yeah. So what happened was one day we did shoulders together, and he saw me do the 120 pound dumbbells for 12, and he went on the fighter and the kid, told Shab, and Shab kind of poo-pooed it like, oh, that's nothing. I could do that. That's easy.
And you're being nice about how you're saying that right now.
Oh, you're
that's
such
fine,
a
that's
hand
fine.
job,
That-
dude.
no, you don't
I'm
have to-
sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's his boy's boy. I'm
It doesn't make a difference, dude. You fucking lifted it, wrist wraps or not. You fucking did it.
Well, that was the wrist wrap situation because when they finally, me and Callan were like, oh, let's film it then. So I filmed the challenge video, and I used wrist wraps. They don't do anything. It's just to be safe.
So you're not.
You know,
don't
even the
crack
biggest
if you-
Brian Shaw lifts with wrist wraps. you know?
Everybody, what are you? What are you trying to fuck your hands up?
Exactly.
It's like wearing like knee braces.
It's
or
it's
something.
not like wearing straps when you're pulling.
Yeah.
It's not. It's
just
not.
keeps
it's
your
not
wrist
giving you
stable.
anything. It's a wrist stabilizer.
I go like so 90% of the time when I'm on the road, I work out at a hotel or I go to a gym that's in the area. And most of the time, like I said, 90%, I forget to bring wrist wraps. I still put up the same amount of weight.
Yeah.
I still do clean and jerks.
It's
I
just
still
being
do-
safe.
I'm
You're being safe.
I don't like it because I like to have that just little bit of support. It's not gonna that I can't lift the thing. It's
Yeah.
just the more.
it's like chalking your hands. It's
Yeah, dude, that's such a dildo thing.
So
it's an insecure.
So when he filmed it the first time, he saw that I was wearing wrist wraps, and he was like, "Doesn't count, doesn't count," which
know.
is pretty crazy because the powerlifters and the strongmen like Brian Shaw, Eddie Hall, those guys are
course.
using wraps
course.
because you're just doing it to be safe.
They tore him up on fucking the Reddit, dude.
I saw that.
They
It was
fucking
brutal.
were defending you.
Yeah,
The
I love
fucking
that.
PF Chang supported your ass.
I know they manned the fryers for me.
Yeah, dude. It's the orange chicken was flying off the shelves, dude.
let's watch the video of it.
Yeah, let's see this.
All right.
Look at that.
So yeah, I did one no wrist wraps,
No wrist wraps. Two.
but if you can see, my wrist starts to give out before my
Yeah,
shoulders.
on the your left wrist right there.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Oh, this is scaring me.
See, like my shoulders could
Yeah,
obviously
put him
handle
down.
it.
Put him down. Come on, put him down.
That's a lot of fucking weight, Nick.
But I had to give it up because my shoulders could have kept on going. My wrist, I was like, I'm not gonna fuck my wrist up for a challenge video.
No. And if you conk out, that shit's coming right on your fucking
my
head.
my question from two guys that understand the science of working out: how is that good to do? I always look at now at 43, like I can squat 325, 350.
That's good.
I don't do it anymore. Sometimes, like in a CrossFit gym, when I can drop the weights 100%, but there is no fucking weight. Like, how is that not bad for our shoulders? For
So, me personally, the way I train, it's a little different now because I usually train for hypertrophy, right? But what I learned was when I started doing strength training,
you gotta explain what is hypertrophy.
Muscles getting bigger.
yeah. So you could like when you're doing like the
Muscles
12,
Can
like
we have I think we need something
Size,
for each.
Josh,
I know,
size.
but this is all for the Himbos too. Where you should have like underneath on the
Hypertrophy.
fucking
Muscles-
I don't know if I'm gonna get
on the
too.
YouTube. You should have the definition.
The process of the muscle fibers tearing and then repairing, and in the process of repair, they gain strength and size. But for hypertrophy, is more geared toward the size of it, the
Not
expansion
strength.
of the muscle fiber. There you
Thank you. And now there's
doing
a
like-
Himbro right now that's like, thank you, Josh.
Hypertrophy. The engagement of an organ or tissue from the increase of size of cells, the
Enlargement.
There we go.
Hey, look, there's the Himbo symbol down there.
Look at that.
Is that on? That's on Google now.
Yes,
who
bud.
did that?
That's us. So go ahead.
So not to get too nerdy, but I do hypertrophy
get nerdy.
Get nerdy, dude.
nerdy.
Justin's getting hard right now.
because the way you get bigger is by doing hypertrophy. You're not going to get stronger that way. But what I've learned is when I started incorporating strength training, I was able to lift more weight. I was able to do more progressive overload each week because now that I'm getting stronger, when I do my hypertrophy sets,
It's
I'm
with
able to do
heavier weight.
heavier weights.
Right. You have to go back and forth between
So
the two.
me personally, I don't think you need to be doing strength training all the time, but it's good to do it this way when you do progressive overload. It's higher weights, so you will be able to put on more. Like you'd be able to get more muscle fiber. You know what I mean?
Well, let me say the opposite too. So a lot of CrossFit athletes, because that's like your thing, and you always love the functional training
Metabolic
things.
conditioning.
So a lot of CrossFit athletes will also train for hypertrophy because they're like, if there's more mass muscle here, there's more mass to get stronger and do these activities that I want to do. So they want to get bigger, which is why their bodies.
Yeah.
And it's
a
gonna
lot
help
of
with
that look like that.
stamina as well.
It's going to help with stamina, absolutely.
We
But to answer your question, how is it not bad for you? Listen, struggling that hard with the lack of mobility, especially without the wraps, is like as you get older, that shit has to be more controlled because the little it's like a hinge, man.
Yeah,
it's a fucking hinge.
Shit,
if I'm hanging from a door hinge and swinging it for years and years and years, like it gets looser. That's why we were looking into that BPC 157.
Mm-hmm.
There's this fucking peptide.
Was that the alien from the movie?
No,
Back in me.
I told you about it last night. No, BPC 157. It's this peptide that is like famous for
It's like Wolverine.
yeah,
Wolverine
for like
blood.
healing everything because it's like blood circulation to parts of your body that don't really get a lot of blood. So like tendons tend to heal, mobility improves. So all these athletes fucking swear by it, and I've been researching it. So I'm going to try to get those peptides.
And they're looking into it too because it could affect like you've affected with drugs neural pathways in your brain, and it's supposed to regenerate all those things that you possibly have fucked up.
Yeah,
from using it.
You know what also does that? Mushrooms.
Does it really?
Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Mushrooms. I
Take some.
I've been
mushrooms.
scared to death of trying mushrooms.
I took, dude. I
Nick's got anxiety. Like
I called Justin last night because I fucked up the night before. I took mushrooms and went to go see Avatar in IMAX 3D.
You told me you went to
and
see
I
the
bought the wrong ticket, and they were like, "There's no IMAX 3D until
so you saw
till midnight." So I was like, "All right, what else is playing?" And I went to go see The Whale
about a fat guy.
I cried for an hour and 15 minutes.
Can you
dude.
bring up the? Can I see the trailer for this, please?
Can
I please see
you want
the
to bum
trailer?
me out?
No, I just want to say. I was like, it's about. You told me it's about an overweight guy, and I was like, that's why they call it the whale. But you're like, not. It's an overweight guy who what? He's gonna die. He's killing himself.
No, he's
Who?
killing.
How could you see that on mushrooms,
The video.
It was that, or I went home.
dude? I saw Dead Man Walking on mushrooms.
Oh my
It was
god!
awful. It
Susan
was
Sarandon
awful.
Saved
When I
my
was-
life for Jesus.
the reaction.
I was a victim.
The reactions on TikTok from the body positivity movement on this movie has been insane. People are boycotting this movie because they're like, this is ridiculous. This puts fat people in a bad light. They're making it seem like fat is unhealthy.
Well, maybe this one person's
is.
view of it
I
is
know.
not- I mean,
Burr
But
has
you can't
such
say
a
that.
great joke.
You can't say that
about-
anymore.
But Burr has such a great joke is that they encourage the women encourage these women that are overweight that they're sexy and they're this because they're not competition to them.
Exactly.
Right,
And
right,
it's
right,
like
right.
it's
That's
like
a good point.
It's dude, there's nothing wrong. If you want to be fat, be fat. It is unhealthy.
It is unhealthy.
You can't identify as healthy. You're either healthy or you're not healthy. You know what I mean?
That's a very good point. I never thought of it that way.
mean,
Can I see this trailer now? Do we
Oh
have?
god, here we go. A24, you know it's going to be Sadie. Now imagine
That's a peptide. What was that? Protozoa?
Prozac. Now imagine 3 grams of mushrooms.
Brendan Fraser.
I'm so happy to see him back.
Oh, God bless his soul. He needs to see your doctor, though. I think his hair's thinning.
Brendan Fraser. Oh, there's like there's whole forums on his.
Hong Chow rules. She was in the. Oh.
Oh my God! Did they use a suit on him,
It's
or
a
did he
fat
gain
suit.
all the weight?
No,
Fat
That
no.
looks insanely real.
He's a thick boy, but that's fat suit.
Oh, man. Getting choked up.
You
That's Hong.
saw this on mushrooms,
Yeah.
Josh?
And it's Darren Aronofsky.
This
which
is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
He's directed Requiem for a Dream,
Oh, dude,
Black Swan, was that him?
Black Swan, yeah.
That's how I looked when I took D-Bowl.
the whale. Are they giving it a lot of shit because of the title?
No, it's so. I'm gonna cry now.
No,
man.
don't cry, Josh.
They're
Yeah,
saying
actually,
it-
no, cry on podcast.
It was so. It was so sad, and there's a time because once you really get into why he's gaining the weight, it's like, oh man, like, and then it's not the whale they're calling him fat because he read this essay. He has this essay that somebody wrote.
We're gonna movie spoil right now.
No, because it's right at the beginning of the movie that you know he thinks it's the most beautifully written essay, and it's about Moby Dick. And a student had written it, and it's like it's this one thing that like because he has like hypertension, and he's going into like cardiac. What do you call it?
Cardiac arrest?
Not arrest.
Whatever.
His blood pressure was like 280 over 165 or something, and like the Hong who's like the nurse is like, you need to go to a hospital, and that's all I'll say. It's basically about the last week of his life. Not ruining it. Go see the movie.
On
Do
mushrooms.
Not take mushrooms, but they did make me feel good yesterday, and that's why I do it.
Dude, you're wearing a George Michael shirt? That's the first concert I ever went to in my life with my mom.
And this is how we found out that Justin's gay.
Yeah,
right there.
That's how we found it just again.
He's like, he went with his
Dude.
mom and his cousin Sydney.
By the way, we were leaving the gym and and I was like, Nick, we got to figure out what nightclub we're gonna do for your episode and like a song. And then he was asking me about club stuff, and he was telling me, he's like, I did. He's like, did you ever do K? And I was like, yeah, I used to sell K when I was like 17. And he goes, I took Rhino K
Yeah, that was the crazy.
from a
'cause,
zoologist.
usually you get like cat grade stuff like that, but then
Rhino.
we
I did
met.
horse.
We knew a kid from who worked at the Bronx Zoo, so he snuck out Rhino grade. And
Rhino K.
dude, you just go, it's instant K-hole, like
Yeah,
instant.
that
to
was.
tranquilize a rhino?
Yeah, you are out fucking
I
cold.
sold it. I sold it from 1999 until about 2000.
Microwave it on a plate.
No,
Scrape
hair,
it off.
Hair dryer. Hair dryer. Do a 3-hour hair dryer.
That's
And
such a
you get-
himbo move right there.
But that's how you get. It really is.
Himbo move.
I put
5
my-
minutes in the microwave.
Yeah, because we
Natalie,
gotta get
what's
to the gym.
What's the more himbo move? To hair dry,
Hair
the
dryer.
ketamine, or to
I feel
microwave
like the hair
it?
dryer.
Come
hair
on,
dryer.
Justin.
Yeah,
just for
right.
once, let me have it. You
Yeah,
had. You,
I'm asking.
All it needs is a gold chain. That's a himbro move right there.
Could we go, Nick? Also, because I was like, this is an easy episode to do with him because it's like I'm not gonna.
I was looking forward to this one.
I was.
I love
love
you.
I
Love
love
you
Nick.
too, guys.
We don't have to give Nick a himbo score because it's like whatever the fuck we are. He is. He came. I was like, find like the himbo of the week. This dude is.
Let's see it. I'm
It's
excited.
insane.
I'm excited.
What? All right. Watch. Do not miss the first second of this, Josh. Ready? Wait. First, let's give out what his account is. It's what is it again?
It's Dreams World.
It's Dreams World. We try to find out who this is. We think he's an NFL player or an ex. I mean, he's not playing in the NFL currently. It's Dreams World on TikTok and Instagram. Watch what happens right off the top, Josh.
Okay.
That's 225.
Someone just
But he's using.
he caught it.
But he's using. I know. I respect that for sure. That's a blow away. But he's using his back. He's using. Let's not like.
I
That's
get
CrossFit
that.
form right there.
But Josh, someone threw him
He's kipping it.
225 pounds on an Olympic bar. He caught it.
I'm impressed.
That's insane.
I'm impressed, but that my.
I
all right,
get
let's
the
see
form.
more.
We're
Yeah, the form is a little off.
I get
but
the
yeah.
form. I
But he's
get
also black, so that doesn't mean anything about form. It just means that they're stronger than
Yeah,
us.
they are true. They have that extra bone in their leg. Go ahead. All right, this is kind of bananas.
Oi, oi.
Now, this is going to go in a
585.
direction you don't think it's going to go. So first, he's squatting 585.
He's walking
I'm
with
explaining to just the people who are not watching on YouTube. Now, walking across the gym with the 525 on his back.
585.
585. Excuse me, Nick. Thank you for that. You're better at math than I am. Now he's
Give me a
turning
workout.
around, sitting down on a bench press.
How is this not bad for you?
It is so bad for you. Puts the weight with his back on the bench press.
Here we go.
This is freak shit.
Lifts it with his dick. Wait, no, his hands.
No, this is
Violently it
this
changes.
is certainly not good for you. But this dude, this is
Nice form,
This
though.
is insane strength.
Look at that curve. Look at that, like, people don't realize that when you do it. I mean, that's insane. People don't realize, like, everybody does flat back when you do bench, and you're
No.
like, no, man.
And you want your neck up.
Well, it
so
depends
the
on what you want to
extra
do. I mean, if you're going for heavy, you want the back arch. But like the reason why you would do flat, you're going to get more range of mobility if you're keeping your back flat.
Sure, because it's not, it's going less.
Because there's people who arch the whole fucking McDonald's arch, and they're just going bop bop. And sure, you could lift a lot of weight doing that, but your chest isn't actually going to get bigger.
Can we talk about
Wait. Can I show you the last video of this guy?
Please.
The last one was the most impressive.
Doing crunches with 315.
He's got 315 that he's hovering above his neck, not even resting on it, while he's crunching it, and they're throwing.
got plates back in his feet? Don't count.
Don't count.
Don't count. Don't count.
And they're throwing
What
medicine
are
balls.
we doing here?
And he's wearing wrist wraps.
And he's wearing wrist wraps.
Doesn't
Don't count.
Doesn't count.
Don't count.
And I don't like a sweatshirt. What were you gonna ask?
We got to get me to this hair doctor, dude. This is a whole
We're
thing.
on it, dude. We're
Oh,
on
my
it, Josh. Josh, we're on it.
I don't want to get old.
You're not on the
on it.
regimen yet?
No, I'm getting.
No, he's not getting me on the reg. I'm on my own one, but yeah, we can't talk about it.
All right, we have tons of questions we have to get through.
Oh, this is my favorite thing ever.
I know.
I say this to you guys at home that we are here to help, and we are here to make your lives sexier, fitter,
Mental
and
something.
mentally, and we want to
Brainier.
smarten you.
Smarter. We
Cognitive.
We learned new words last time. What was it? Desultory was words.
Hyper,
you know what? I'm going to give you a new word.
hypertrophy.
The word of the day is antediluvian. And it means it's a biblical term meaning after the flood, but you can use it in the context of meaning like after the major event that happens.
Come on, you fucking antediluvian. Come on, get down.
I'm going to give you a himbo word every week.
antediluvian.
I'm going to give you a himbo word every week, and if you look like a himbo and you use words like desultory and antediluvian, people are going to be like, "Wow, this is like something special here." Then you're a myth wrapped in an enigma.
No, you'll
ever notice, though-
getting that sentence out.
I really did. I have not slept.
When you're jacked and you use big words, people look at you like when a gorilla does sign language.
No,
like,
people look
yeah,
at you
he's
like you
doing
just
it,
got
but
out of
does he actually
prison.
understand what he's saying?
People look
you know?
at you like you just got out of prison.
Hypertrophy.
Hypertrophy.
What's up, party people? We just want to take a second to tell you about Manscaped products that are essential tools in every himbo and I'll say bimbro's arsenal. And we've got an awesome deal for you. Their grooming and shower products are incredible. Some of our favorites are...
Ooh, the Lawnmower 4.0 body trimmer and the Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer, both featuring advanced skin-safe technology to protect your skin while you manscape. That means absolutely no nicking. They are both waterproof. They have an LED light so that you can whack the weeds in the dark if you want to. They offer different bundle packages that include the grooming tools as well as the shower and skincare products such as...
We got the body wash, the 2-in-1 shampoo and condish, or that's conditioner, but I shorten it. And we have deodorant that smells and makes you feel incredible.
Yes.
Not to mention their boxer briefs, which Justin...
I absolutely, but this is honest. This is not just
I know
because
this is.
they are paying us. When we got these at Skankfest, they gave a sample of these, and I was like, Josh, come up to my room right now. I've got a pair of these boxers.
so
These-
bad.
I was like, put these
Come
on in
up to
front
my
of me right
room,
now.
put
I
them
wanna-
on, turn around.
They are the softest and most supportive boxer briefs that I've worn to date, and I am not just saying that because they're paying us. They're paying us because I am saying that.
But also, didn't you just shave like Nick's back?
I use the you
have to.
groomer on the back. Yes,
I need a girl
I used
or
the
a Justin to do
4.0
it.
body trimmer on Nick's back and the skin safe. Did you feel any nicks?
Nothing.
Did you feel any scraping?
No, felt good.
If only the barber that fucked your hair up would have
Right.
used that thing.
Can we bring some Manscaped products in here one day and shave my back on air?
I asked you to do that from the first day that
I'll
we
do
did the
that.
show. You said you didn't want to, but I love that you're opening up. Give them the deal, Josh.
All right, head over to manscaped.com and use promo code HIMBOS to get 20% off and free shipping. I'm going to say that again just so it hammers in to your himbo's head. Head over to manscaped.com and use promo code HIMBOS to get 20% off and free shipping. Makes a perfect holiday gift, even if it's belated.
Let's get back to the show. Natalie, let's take us away with the first one.
All right, Paxton.
Paxton.
What's up, Paxton?
What's up?
Hey Himbos, been listening since the bonfire. I've loved every episode, and I know you've gained another himbo. My question is, do you have mantras or mantra advice that help you recover from feeling low? Thanks, guys. Ready for connection.
This is more you than me. Go.
I mean, here's the deal.
Ready for connection.
Yeah, first of all, ready
your
for
mantra?
connection till the day I die. So I go to a spiritual guide. I've been going to him for 6 years, and one of the first things, besides TM, which in TM you have a mantra.
Oh,
Transcendental meditation. But that is like my one that I have when I really get stressed out. I can't say what it is. I've never said it out loud.
Oh, that's
literally-
just so you're basically the repetition of it.
It's like, just you focus on the word,
Right.
and it's just easy for me
like
just to but it's just easy to clear
it's
your
a
head.
grounding device.
Exactly. But one of the things I remember, I brought this problem to Johnny. That's his name. I can't say my guru's name is Johnny, but this Irish dude. And I remember I was like, God, I get when I'm talking to people, I get like in my head, and I start pulling back my energy. And he goes, in that moment when you do that, just in your head, just start saying, I love you. I love you.
To you
I
or
love
to
you.
them?
I love you. To me, in my head.
Got
Just
it.
I love you. I love you. I love you. And I don't know what it is about just focusing on that word, but I come out of it. Not like fully, But it's just when you concentrate on love, because that's everything in life. You need to lead with love. Like the way we do this podcast, we do it because we love it. Put love into it, it'll be successful. Put love into the goddamn comedy jam, it'll be successful. Stand-up comedy, love, 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 love. The dog, your relationships, whatever it is. And you can have a million mantras. It doesn't just have to be love. You could literally be in your head saying, "You're the fucking man, Josh." Like, you need to be your biggest fan, and you need to constantly be building yourself up, not breaking yourself down. And you need to realize that when you hear that voice that's saying, "You're a piece of shit, you're never gonna make it, that's gonna suck," that's not you. That's your ego trying to like keep you in that pain body because it likes that.
And it's trying to protect you. Like it's looking for like fear, like the threat, the fear of threat. Like we're always on the lookout for threats, which is why negative comments are the ones you're always going to focus on, right? What's wrong is what you're going to focus on because we're wired to look for threats. Our limbic brain is still a fucking caveman that's out there being like, shit, am I about to get attacked by a lion? So now it's not a lion. It's like it's someone, it's a fucking comment on Instagram or something.
Mental
like
change is everything. But I mean, with like career stuff, I do mantra when it comes like positivity.
Go ahead.
Except the gym. In the gym, I've learned this. If you focus on the negative, like all the people who told you, "Oh, you can't be shit," those workouts are insane. When you really dial in on that
because
negative.
you're channeling anger at that point. You're like that's
I do
but
stuff-
but it's automatically flipping it into something positive because you're channeling negative. It's not just lingering.
It's your mental-
It's channeling it into something positive, and also your endorphins are going up while you're doing it.
And you're also focusing on, I want to prove them wrong. I want to prove them wrong.
Sure,
I
that's
get
motivating.
when I'm in doing a gym because I'm always doing like metabolic conditioning, so I'll do like a 40-minute workout, and they're like halfway through, I want to quit, and I have this weird thing in my head where I go, if you quit, you will fail in life.
Oh, I do this, dude. That's what I do.
Same.
Like as I'm doing something, I'll imagine some bigger problem in my life or some challenge I have or something I'm trying to overcome, and I'll like, you know how like in yoga they say like the poses are an asana. So an asana is like a reiteration for life. So basically in life we're going through these different stances in whatever we're doing, and we're struggling through them, and we're trying to breathe through the struggle. So I use like working out as like an asana. I'll be like, okay, if I can finish this last set or whatever or challenge that I'm trying to do, it's like a smaller reiteration of like the bigger thing that I'm trying to accomplish.
I think the main thing that Paxton, you need to realize, and I want all the listeners out there to realize this, including the two of you, is that all of us are born whole, perfect, and complete. Okay? You have every single thing inside of you to be happy. And you could always say, well, there's people doing better than me. Yeah, but you're doing better than a lot of people.
Well, you helped me with this the other day because I get very bad seasonal depression. Like I get like
you were down.
New York bugs me. I don't like cold weather. It's like I've been like so much of me wants to go back to Los Angeles, but all the things I do that I love are here, and I'm just like I concrete and like just the noise and all that shit. And I called Josh and I'm like, dude, I'm fucking in the dumps. And you saw me yesterday. You're like, you look sad. I'm like,
when I got there, I'm like, you okay?
I get fucking beat up by this fucking. It's gonna be 19 degrees and raining for the rest of the day, and I'm like, this fucking sucks. And then Josh like, talked me through it. He's like, I focus on this. I focus on like you need to surround yourself with people that are going to say those things to you. Can I tell you something that I do for this? This is not so much a mantra. So by going to see a cognitive behavioral therapist, he's able to like break down the different voices in your head. Like it's a version of like your id, your ego, your super ego, right? But there's like they'll identify different voices in your head. So there's one of them. There's like your kid. Everybody has the inner kid, the part of you that's like an inner child. You have that parent. And then you also have, like, for me, I have the neurotic part of me, which made me watch this video called The Unwelcomed Party Guest, which is basically this very intrusive neighbor that you have that smells and farts, is inappropriate with everybody, and you're constantly you're throwing a party, and you're constantly trying to get him out, and he jumps through the window, and then, like, you try to throw him out again, and that's a representation of, like, the intrusive thoughts you have, which if you just let it be there and welcome them, they don't seem so bad. But then he comes up with all these what's not icons? What's the word that you use? Like
iconography?
No, like what do they call them?
Totems?
Not totems. Like when it's like a person, like
phalange.
Idol?
No, what?
An idol?
Not an idol, but what the fuck? I'll find.
God,
How do I not know
for
this
a
word?
smart science guy, your fucking words today suck balls.
I'm bombing it on this one. But he's like, so we identify the different parts, and he's like, but there's also your healthy twin. And so anytime I'm in a time of like difficulty, I don't know how to like behave in a certain situation. I don't know how to I don't know what to do in any given situation. I don't know how to write a specific letter to somebody. Like, I'm like, what would my healthy twin do? Which could be like, if you're religious, it'd be like, what would Jesus do? But like everybody, there's the part of you that is like your ideal self. You know what I mean? Like your highest version of self. So I'm like, you imagine this part of you that is like the ideal version of how you would want to be, right? In like in sort of every way, shape, and form, like mentally, physically, spiritually. And I'm like, what would my healthy twin do? And that's always sort of like helped me find north.
Yeah.
And I do that all the time. And I'll sit there and I'll write. I'll be like, well, how would my healthy twin like handle this situation?
Yeah.
You know what's helped me a lot? I'm big into meditating, huge into meditating. And the reason being is because when you learn how to meditate the right way and you learn how to get all thoughts out of your head, you learn how to control your thoughts. So what I ended up doing was, like, because I'd let negative people's opinions bother me before, but once you actually learn how to control the thoughts that go into your head, and then you learn how to make it so those words don't affect you, if you don't let, you could start to learn how to make sure nothing outside can affect who you are and your mood. You, like, now I don't let what anyone else says affect my opinion, my moods. And that's such a game changer.
Yeah, of course it is.
The amount of spots that we have a week does not dictate how fucking happy we are.
Archetypes.
Finally,
There you
Jesus
go.
Christ.
Archetype.
I always like to recommend a book. You could always read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, but The Untethered Soul is a really good book that is like, it's by Michael something, but not to name drop, I'm not going to even say her name. This famous comic recommended it, and then another comic recommended it to me, and then I read it, and it's like I have it on audiobook, and I've read it. Read it. It'll literally help you figure out how to identify the thoughts that come into your head that are actually you, and then are your pain body or like your ego that are trying to like bring you down. Great book. Mantra. And listen, dude, if all else fails and love doesn't work and fucking whole, perfect, and complete doesn't work, just in your head be like, I got a thick dick. I got a thick dick. I got a thickie and a thickie and a thick dick. I've got a thick dick. I've got a thick dick. I've got ready for connection.
Natalie, you got any input on this one?
Thick dick?
No. No, on the thick dick.
She sounds like Callan.
On the mantras.
I've got a thick dick.
healthy stuff for this dude.
Yeah, Pax.
You're a happy person.
Let us know, man. Send us back and tell us what.
I'm asking Natalie, though.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't have any, like... I've been meaning to get into meditating, but I have not.
I can't stress it enough. I've been doing it since I started working with Johnny. And if there's the two things that have helped me the most in my life,
Johnny
be
the
present,
Guru.
Irish gay Johnny. The two things that help me the most in being present, because that's literally how you stay happy, is when you, like I said it to DeRosa that one time, he was freaking out. I was like, dude, he's like, how do you not freak out? I go, because I look down at my feet and I see where I'm at and I know I'm safe here.
You also get to a certain point where you just sort of surrender, which is like you stop struggling and striving and fucking gripping and clawing so hard to like get ahead and get what you want. And it's like, it's the way you were saying the other day. It's like you were talking about like it's not so much about like, you know, we all have like goals and dreams that we want, but it's like the indirect effort of it, of being like, my goal is like, I'd love this podcast to be successful. I'd love to make a lot more money. I'd love to be like selling out arenas and all that stuff. But it's like, you don't focus on that. You focus on like writing great jokes. You focus on like having great episodes and like putting 100% into what you're doing right now. Like the indirect effort of it. Like in the gym, it's like you focus on just having a great workout. You don't focus on like, you know, my body has to look exactly like. When you do that, you fuck yourself up, man. You're gripping yourself by the throat too hard.
This might sound lame, but something that I've actually done that actually works is, and it's gonna sound so, but doing gratitude every morning. Like things that you are grateful for.
Well, that's what he helped me with the other day. He was like, you know, it was just sort of a list of things to be grateful for, and I'm like, yeah. If you look at it like, I'm sorry, I interrupted.
But at first you feel like a cheese dick because you're like you're saying like, you know, like, oh, I'm grateful for this, in time you start to train yourself like, oh, I really should be grateful for all these things in my life. You know,
Sure.
if you're not grateful for those things, you're putting out bad energy.
By the way, you know, what kind of cheese are we talking about in that dick? Because if it's Parmesan,
From
that's
under,
fucking,
yeah.
That's rock hard, dude. That's rock hard.
Asiago.
What?
I don't know, man.
What are you talking
I'm
about?
on drugs.
Yo, you know what? No, you know what's another thing I think about? I think of the things I remember this this one. I read this thing from this Buddhist monk, and he said, "I'm grateful for the toothache I don't have today." And then what I think about is I think about like times like when fucking Sweet Pea, my dog, was dying, and I was like, if I would give up everything to just take this away, and I'm like, wait a second. That's not happening today. Like my dog's healthy and not dying today. Like my eyes like cleared up, right? It's like your brain will immediately go to the next negative thing. Once something's cleared up, you focus on the next thing. Like the finish line always moves with shit like that. I'm like, oh shit, my eye is finally getting better. It's like if 2 months ago you were like, I was like, if only this eye gets better, I'll be okay. You know, when it was my broken ankle, I'm like, all I need to do is like be able to walk again and I'll feel better. It's like, and then you just take for granted that thing and like, you know. The brain's fucking tricky.
Read The Untethered Soul. That's how you figure out that tricky
Or
brain.
follow Sad Guru. Sad Guru is good.
Okay. Or my book.
The next one is really long, but you asked for this follow-up.
Yeah, I'm so happy when I looked down and I saw this.
Now, I had to shorten this. I had to knock this
Nice.
in half, but we're going to go through it. This is from... Go ahead, Natalie.
All right, it's Hans. Your boy Hans.
This is our
Hansies.
26-year-old version. And Natalie, when he's referring to Frank in this is when you were not here.
Yes.
So I will back you. I will fill you in on this. Okay.
All right, hey Himbos, it's your boy Hans.
Hey,
Just to
Hans.
confirm Frank's speculation, sex workers in Malaysia are not regulated. I might get the HIV if I ever feel like taking a chance. I agree with Frank. I don't see myself giving up my V card to some stranger that easily. I'm like an onion. You have to peel off the layers to get to the yum yum. Here's my story. I used to be fat. The biggest I've ever was 98-ish kilos, which is about 216 pounds. Here's a picture for reference.
See
Okay,
it.
so we got it.
He's a thick boy.
He's a big boy.
Which one is he?
It's
the exact same person twice.
Can I say something? Me and Natalie thought that they may be like a Photoshop thing, and it is the same person.
Oh, okay.
That is the same. That is the same person. Yeah, that's 100. I mean,
You're not that bad.
well, you'll see
I'm
where
not
we got
laughing.
to. Here
Yeah,
we go.
see what he looks like now. That's me in 2013. No joke, those pants were custom made, or else I wouldn't have been able to fit in the XL ones. That might be one of my factors for my low self-confidence. I started working out in 2017 when I was at university, and I upped the ante during lockdown when I was stuck at home.
Good.
I bought a pair of 7.5 kilogram dumbbells and went to work. I started checking my diet, getting enough sleep, and working out 3 times a week.
Nice.
Currently, I am at 82.4K. Sometimes, yeah, compared to 98, which he was before.
Yeah.
Sometimes it fluctuates, and I stopped keeping tabs. I don't weigh myself anymore because it's just a number that does not factor into muscle mass. I gauge myself by putting on clothes to see how much they fit. From 2017 to 2022, I went from an XL to a medium. That's what I
Hey!
look like now.
This is what he looks like now, dude. He's a cutie. Boom.
Holy shit, Hans.
Yeah, man.
Also, there's an Asian guy named Hans.
This is.
Did we talk about that?
It's a conundrum.
Looking good, Hans.
And then keep going, please.
I took this picture literally a few minutes ago before writing this. Feel free to share the picture so that the listeners can see the progress. I give consent.
Because if you ever ask to be anonymous, we will do that.
Yeah.
Recently, my family made me join a resort club near my home and office in hopes of getting to know more people. There's a gym there. I don't talk to people at the gym. It's not a social place if you want to work on yourself. I go in, get my sets and reps done. I get out like a professional. Also at the gym, I started to lift heavier than the dumbbells I use at home so I can improve.
This is great.
As Justin said, I don't shit where I eat. I hate workplace romance. I am a customer service exec in a small procurement company. Could I potentially meet someone there? Maybe. Would I want that? No. The honeymoon phase will no doubt be sweet, but God forbid if it doesn't work out or if I break up with her, I have to look at her face every day.
So he's thinking
It's good
ahead.
advice. Love what you guys do. Shows like Himbo's podcast and Dr. Drew After Dark are lifesavers for all
Shit.
demographics. Keep fighting the good fight, gentlemen. P.S. In Southeast Asian countries, sex is not a topic that is discussed openly because of the conservative nature of people here.
Which blows my mind because all the hand job places in New York City and Los Angeles are all from Southeast Asia.
Well, they have to move here to do that, Josh.
Oh,
dude,
my
I
God.
gotta give this guy props, dude. And let me tell you something. That email was longer, and he got into like trauma stuff from his family. Like he really fucking opened up. He fucking showed pictures. He said his name. He took a risk, and that's ballsy. And what I think, can I take this one first?
Please.
I was like, those are all the things that make you like attractive, like his vulnerability. And it's like, you know, the fact that like you should own the way you're owning it here. Like he was talking about his insecurities from being like heavy before. It's like you should fucking own that shit because that's the kind of thing that makes you attractive and the thing that's like gonna get you to like meet the person you want to meet. And I was thinking about it, like, he doesn't sound like the dude who just wants to, like, just fuck somebody. He wants to, like, meet somebody that actually means something to him, you know, because he's an onion that needs to get peeled. So I think, like, he's got all these, like, great qualities that, like, people are going to find really, like, attractive. And he does. He looks great.
He looks great.
I actually researched something for this guy. Josh,
Nice.
man, you
I'm sorry.
fucking...
Is that still going?
It's done now.
Wow. That was a good one.
I hope Lekka fucking attacks you.
Yeah, right.
You know what?
dude.
It's a good one now. Just give this fucking a minute. It's so bad, dude.
Blow the peach smell.
Sorry, it's for Hans.
I'm vaping in my own nose. There's this great relationship guru on YouTube that I watch named Matthew Hussey, right? He normally talks to women, but like if you have like any relationship questions, this guy nails it so fucking right on the money. Like when I've gone through breakups, I've like listened to things he said, and he just fucking nails it. It's like watching Derek talk about fucking like fitness shit. So he did this one video where he was talking about, like I just said, like the like indirect effort. Like when people think they can't they can't meet somebody and they're so focused on like meeting somebody, it's like it pushes it away. But he talked about the things that you can focus on indirectly that inevitably create the building blocks that have you meet people and the mistakes people made. And I wrote the 5 of these down to tell you, Hans. So this is what they are. He said, these are the 5 things to work on or adjust indirectly that make you that much more present and available for a relationship. Number 1 is having friendships and not communities, meaning like people can say they're very social, but they hang out with like one friend here, one friend there that they've known for a while, as opposed to going out into events where there's like a sense of community. When someone's like, hey, my company or like the gym that I go to or whatever it is throwing this party, why don't you come? Because if you just hang out with one person, you're being social with that one person, but that's not going to lead to more relationships. If you go to some event where it's like there's a community it's like oriented with a community. It's like you're meeting you're meeting hundreds of people. So it's like if someone's like, oh shit, my friend's a comedian, we're going to his show, do you want to come? And then we're all gonna hang out afterwards. It's like that's the difference between like friendships and community.
Sure, but have you ever been to a gym party? They are gay as fuck, dude.
But I'm saying like if you're the type of person, it's like if you're the type of person who's like, all right, if like you go start doing yoga, you're into CrossFit, you end up hanging out with those types of people. If you join like a runners club, but it could be anything, a fucking book club, like something that's just more community oriented.
Or you become an alcoholic and go. They always go on. What do you call it? Fuck, I can't think of it. I fucked the joke up.
AA retreats.
No.
Benders,
What is it? Where you after the meeting?
Archetypes.
After the meeting, you go
Coffee,
and you
fellowship.
Fellowship's
a good one.
I was gonna say
Side
happy
note,
hour.
that is
I was
definitely-
incorrect.
You know what? Let's break these 12 years.
That is for sure a pre-workout fart. For sure.
I didn't take pre-workout today.
That's bad.
I deal with it every week. I'm so used to it at this
But
point. It's like
one of the things I think this kid is doing, I think he's thinking too far ahead. He needs to, like we said before, he needs to be in the moment because he's already thinking about the breakup, what's going to happen.
No. That's in reference to what we said in terms of like we talked about like meeting people at work. But let me get through the rest of these really quick. So the second one he was saying he's like you work from home. So even if that can be like a big that could be difficult for someone. So even if you don't want to date at work. Like, the thing is like, it's not dating somebody at work. It's like the commute there. When you go out for lunch. It's like when you're out doing things, that's when you meet other people. It's unexpected. The third thing is living in the middle of nowhere. Because, like, when you're living in the middle of nowhere, it's like you work all day, you go to the gym, you go home, and then you're just fucking isolated and locked down. Number 4, he said, is not being proud of yourself, which is why I'm telling this dude to, like, own his fucking shit. When you're, like, proud of yourself, it's like, you know, you're putting off a completely different energy. And then the other thing, he's like, when people say they don't have time or energy, like, you have to make time and energy, and you have to, like, put an effort into being like, yeah, I may be tired, and because there's too many different things in my life, what can I sacrifice because meeting somebody is important so that I have some energy to, like, go out a few nights a week. I'm kind of stuck in that right now, where it's like, I'm working so hard, I got, like, so many different fucking responsibilities that I'm like, all right, I don't really fucking have the time or energy to go out. But because everything else is in place, it's like, you know, those are just the 5 things that I thought would be helpful. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I was off because of what you said before, but another thing you could do, it's almost like a rep in the gym where every day, like a good thing to do is go up to people every day and make it an effort to talk to people.
Say hi.
Always make an effort, even just a small salutation, especially in the gym. Because if you just go up and start a conversation while someone's doing a workout, it's weird.
This is an Asian gym. He's gonna get fucking out in the face.
Bow at somebody.
with the
Go up and
hit with the
bow.
kendo
Did they
stick.
bow there? I don't know if they bow there. Hans, did they bow?
I don't know why we waited for him.
Send us another email.
And this is- yeah.
Just write
Just a yes or no.
He just replies back, yes.
Yes. I'd be like, we wanted.
Wait, what was he talking about? What did we ask him?
I think. I think
Always
if
going up to people, starting small not even small, just start off with a hey, then work your way up to conversations. Because
Yeah.
you don't want to start off the weird guy who just walks up and starts talking about his life in the gym.
This has been a
You know?
huge thing on this podcast is can you hit on women at the gym?
Absolutely.
There's ways.
You're just if you're a friendly, talkative person, you're friendly and you talk to people all the time. It's the same as you with the fucking luggage chick at the airport. It's like same thing as like the
Not
person
in the middle
working
of an
behind-
exercise.
No, you don't interrupt someone
know.
in the middle of exercise, but you're assuming someone's not a fucking social moron. Josh isn't a social moron. Can we go to the next one?
Hans.
Let's go to the next one.
All right, this is Jacob. Himbos, quick update. I asked about dating advice a few weeks ago, and since then I've been seeing a lovely lady. Thanks for the words
Yay!
of wisdom. I'm the bass player in a rock band, Bad Habits, and we plan on making it. A band style is undoubtedly important to a band, quote, making it. Himbo legend Robert Platt was rumored to wear the blouse of the woman he had woken up with that morning on stage. Greta Van Fleet has that leotard thing they're doing, and the list goes on. We are trying to form an authentic style for a modern rock band. Do you guys have any advice for a himbo like me who is new to fashion? I keep getting told to wear skinny jeans, but I just can't bring myself to do it.
He sent us
Here's
a
a picture.
picture, Josh.
Let's see it.
I'm gonna leave. He's the bass player, so I think he's number 6 over there. That is a very like fucking dad in a garage
Yeah,
band
dude,
look.
you got to change that shit.
That's gotta-
Jacob. Come on, man.
Help
All right,
him out, Josh.
dude.
Give him some. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up for a second. I wanna-
Schaefer's Garment Hotel.
Give him a look. Look at him and give him a little
no,
look.
I see it.
The jeans are way too baggy.
All right. First of all, you got like, oh god, I'm not trying to be mean.
Don't
You got
shit
you
on
got
him.
like Metallica in like 1988 hair.
You're talking
You know
about
what I
no,
mean?
the guy on the bottom.
No, but I know.
Oh.
They all do. You guys don't look bad as a band, but it's all, dude. Being in a band is music first, and then image. Are they cool enough for me to rock with? Do I want to party with these guys? Because as a rock star, not only are you entertaining us with your music, but you're also like, we want to be you. Does that make sense? Like, you want somebody to listen to your music and and pick up a hairbrush and fucking start singing in the mirror, or like listen to
Hell
you in the
yeah.
car and fucking rock out. So look, I got to hear the music. I'm assuming you guys are fucking cool. You mentioned, Led Zeppelin, which is one of the greatest rock bands of all time. But as far as image, it's like, you gotta like pick the style of clothing that goes with your music. Did he send you a song?
No, we can look him up. What's the name of the band again?
Bad Magic. Are
No,
there?
Bad Habits.
Bad
Bad
Habits.
Habits. So we'll look them up.
Check it out.
We'll see if they're on Spotify. We'll listen to their shit. If it's any good, we'll fucking
Good.
play it
Can
on
you-
here.
we're gonna play it right now.
Josh, that fart is still.
No, it's
I don't
not,
care.
dude.
I
Chill the
little
fuck
lingering.
out.
It's,
Little
dude.
lingering.
it's
Chill.
lingering, dude.
Here, dude, smell my vape juice.
No, I got this.
Get it?
I got you.
But what I'm trying to say is, I keep saying this is my buddy Rob Schaefer at Schaefer's Garment Hotel. Man, it's like Rockstar Shop there. Fucking Conan O'Brien, Steve Gutenberg.
Where do
Mark
they
Maron.
live? What if they don't live in
It
LA?
doesn't make a difference. You
I have,
can look.
I have a question for you, actually,
Yeah, go
because
ahead.
that sounds like it's expensive.
It
No?
is.
So what would you recommend for someone who would be like him? Like he's not,
Black.
I don't know.
I say black on black on black, dude. Just
So-
wear black Vans, black Chucks. Get a pair of good denim. I always say good denim, dark blue or like a black. And then you could just a t-shirt.
And you could just fucking listen.
A t-shirt that fits.
You can always find a style and be like, I'm gonna do the cheap version of this and go to some fucking shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're just trying to like rip off, if you're like, oh, I can go to get the H&M and like Urban Outfitters version of the same thing and just try to cop. You know what I mean? You don't have to get that version.
Now the hair. Where do you go with hair?
That guy's a long hair guy. Let him rock it.
But you made a comment.
I just think I think long hair, man. Unless you're fucking Jason Momoa,
You got to be
it can look bad.
tall
I
and
It's
agree.
the only guy you're giving long hair to?
No. But I'm trying to say is like it's gotta be thick. It's gotta lay a certain
Can't
way.
be
So
stringy.
I had long hair during the pandemic, thinking because I was like I just turned 40, and I was like, man, I want to grow my hair one more time. And dude, it looked so bad. the fact that I got any pussy while I had long hair, and that was when I fucked that songwriter who was like,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. She was
gorgeous. But what I'm saying is just if your hair, if you're starting to lose it at all, fucking cut it short. And to be honest with you, long hair with gray in it makes you look old.
By the way, there's something called the shingle effect with hair loss. This is like a known thing when they go into the forums and talk about styling. When hair is long and it's sort of thinning, you see the separation more. The shingle effect is basically like, think of shingles on a roof, like the shorter one and then a layer on top. It's covering like a fish scale.
I'm shingling.
Like fish scale.
Am I shingling?
No, you want to shingle a little bit.
Oh.
But you're going to be fine.
Dude,
This is all coming back.
There's
I'm
nothing worse than when you got
hardly
the long
worried
hair
about
and
this.
you look like Riff Raff from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh my God!
I'm not
Yeah,
getting
You know
into
that-
it. Oh, yeah,
my
yeah.
hair is stringy.
Like-
madness, trying to style.
That's how people are going bald when they have long hair look, and it's like, dude, just give it up.
Dude, when I literally during the pandemic, I remember staying with my mom, and I would like look in the mirror, and I had the long hair, and it was just like I was like crying at night because I was like my hair was so long, and it was crunchy, and
That's
yeah. I had a little bit more hair than that, but I would like I remember it was like the second I cut my hair, it was like holy shit,
Yeah,
dude.
when
It's
you see all the
long, it
separation.
it's thick again. I just don't think you need to have long hair to be a rock star. You don't. You do not need long hair anymore. That is dead. That died in the fucking 80s.
Even
with hair metal.
Metallica. Even Metallica. doesn't have
Metallica
long
looks
hair.
so much cooler with shorter hair.
Hair
and
metal's done.
So what I will say is this: if you can't afford Schaefer's and you can't afford the Japanese denim and all the shit that I wear, just if you buy a black T-shirt or a white T-shirt, do not
Go.
wear anything like tap out style. Like that weird.
No one does that
Yes,
anymore.
they
I'm a
fucking-
Guido when I don't do that.
No, but people wear that shit, dude. People still wear
Like
fucking,
the affliction shit?
Yeah, dude. They wear those weird tribal things, and
Yeah.
they think that's rock and roll, dude. And this is how I know this because I want to do a joke about it. Is that
Josh
I,
is bouncing up and down on this.
I go to concerts all the time. And I wear what I wear all the time, regular shit at a concert. But what I notice is that other people that hardly ever get out and go to concerts, they wear their concert outfit. So I was at Mohegan Sun, and funny he mentioned Greta Van Fleet. Greta Van Fleet was playing in the fucking arena. Every girl there and every guy.
Black leather jacket.
No. It was hippie. This is my flowy.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
with big sleeves.
The
like
Bohemian-
pirate-
the Bohemian
The
thing.
Bohemian, and I'm wearing my bell bottoms.
And a
because
lot of
I'm-
jewelry.
Because I'm going to see Greta Van Fleet, and I'm like,
and the chicks were wearing the hats.
oh,
The
it was
yeah,
so
yeah.
fucking
Those
lame.
LA chick
and I was
hats.
like, I want
Like
to
the
do
midsummer look.
yeah, more like
Johnny Deppy.
more like Woodstock.
Okay.
Yeah, midsummer. Yeah, dude. Fucking, they set themselves on fire and ate goat heart. What I'm trying to say is, like, I wanted to do a TikTok thing with Justine Marino because I think it won't work with a guy. I think it would work with a girl where the girl's like, she's like, all right, honey, so we're going to see Rammstein tonight? Okay, I'm just going to go get dressed. And then she comes out, like, wearing all black leather with, like, a dildo on her head.
Chaps.
She's like, I'm ready. And this is what I'm saying is, like, rock and roll isn't about the outfit. The outfit doesn't wear you. You don't wear the outfit. How do I say that?
The outfit
Like,
doesn't wear you. You wear the outfit. Is that what we're
yeah,
talking
it was something like that. Like basically what I'm trying to
about? It's
say.
a mantra.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is rock and roll and the way you dress it could be whatever. But like if you're trying to make it simplicity, get rid of colors unless it's like badass shit, like some vintage T-shirts or some shit like that. But just man, like some cool jeans, boots, Chucks or Vans. The hair doesn't have to be long anymore unless it's fucking thick like Momoa. That should be a hashtag thick like Momoa. I want to see if you're listening to this episode. Hashtag thick like Momoa. And in simplicity, man. Just I'm serious. You make sure the clothes fit.
Hear me out. Forever 21 for men. For cheap, if you want to go the cheap, if you can't afford like Schaefer's, they've stepped their fucking game up when it comes to like basic and vintage looks. Real good now. Real good.
I'm totally against places like H&M and anything that is doing fast fashion.
You can. I'm saying you can copy a style and be like, this place has something similar to that thing I like, and start to hone it in a little bit without spending a fortune. Because also, if you
Sure.
what is he going to spend? Like, oh, I spent all this money on these fucking outfits, and this doesn't feel like.
I'm
me.
not talking about
stores
wearing.
too.
I get. I think
If you don't want to do the fast fashion thing,
Fast fashion's lame.
yeah, do pre-owned.
Do you want to understand?
is
Do
great.
you also want to understand like why like I spend the money on the clothes that I spend. And I always say it's because I'm 43. You're
gonna own it forever.
I have been dressing the same since 9th grade. T-shirt, jeans, flannels, denim. Like, I haven't changed. I am stuck in the grunge era, and that's how I want to be. I mean, it might look weird when I'm fucking 80, but what I'm trying to say is that is fashion that will never go out of style. T-shirt and jeans, good quality that fits.
Gen X,
fits.
baby. Gen X.
Fits.
Let's go to this next one.
Hopefully I helped.
We have a chick.
What if they're like, we're breaking up?
I thought it was helpful.
We're breaking up.
This is a lady.
I love it.
Sharon. Hey,
Mom?
boys.
Say your mom's name.
Sharon Myers, Joshua, I need you to grab me a bag of bagels and 3 Bialys.
And Rolos.
And no, she doesn't eat Rolos. I eat Swedish fish.
Hey, boys. I'm a pretty fit chick in her 30s, and I focus mostly on running, yoga, and Pilates.
What
but
is
at the
up,
age...
Sharon?
I'm into it.
You got
Got a
excited.
pic? Can we get a pic?
No, but I mean,
I got a fit
Sharon,
dick.
if you want to send us a picture of you.
Please, Sharon.
As I age, I notice the shape I used to have, specifically in my legs and arms, just seems flatter and less shapely. I've lifted weights before, but it's mostly toning classes with 3 to 5 pound weights. My question is, if I start lifting heavy, am I going to get bulky? That's not really what I'm trying to achieve.
Yeah, but if
Do you want to go first on this, or you want me to go first on this next?
Yeah, I hate hearing that.
You want me to go first on it, or you want to go first on
Go
it?
ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal. When you're doing toning classes with those light weights, and it's basically just like in 1 and 2, that's aerobics, right? If you have never taken any kind of strength training or fitness class before, in the very initial stages of that, you may get a little bit of a muscular bump, but that is not a muscle building class in any way, shape, or form. It is a cardio class. It's aerobic. So there's the aerobic level of heart rate, which is around 150 for your age and sex, and then anaerobic would hit in. No, I'm sorry, it's 130 to 150, and anaerobic would come in at like 155 and up, right? So you have to think about it like this. When you hit 30 years old, or like for men, it's a little closer to 40, bone density and muscle density starts to decrease year by year by year by year. The shape that you were looking for years ago when you were younger was the muscle being fuller and rounder. So there was more hypertrophy to those muscles. So the only thing that's going to increase hypertrophy, as we were talking about earlier, was lifting weights, and not necessarily in the powerlifting rep range, but in the rep range of something that you would do sets of 8 to 15, that rep range. What you're asking for is for your muscles to get a little bit bigger. But there is a big difference between muscles getting a little fuller and muscles getting bulky. And it's not like you're going to wake up tomorrow and be like, shit, I lifted a bunch of weights and they went boom. If that were the case, it wouldn't be so fucking difficult to gain muscle in the gym. So I feel like a lot of people, women and people, think that, like, you know what, if I just do like a lot of reps, it's gonna gain lean muscle, like as if all muscle is lean muscle. All muscle growing is lean muscle, because muscle is lean tissue. The amount of fat that is in that muscle, that's a different story. But gaining muscle by nature is lean. So in order to gain more shape, you have to gain more muscle, which means you have to do strength and hypertrophy training exercises. And by the way, when you can stop when you're like, now I've achieved something. It's not like you're waking up tomorrow going, no.
So this is the problem. A lot of girls think that if they start lifting weights, they're going to wake up the next day looking like me. Like, it's going to be like, in Spider-Man, when you wake up the next day, he's looking at, it's not going to be.
Like I was just saying.
It's not going to be like that. What's going to happen, girls genetically do not make enough testosterone to get big. You know what I mean? There's a reason why men take exogenous hormones to get bigger. Because even as a man, even if you're producing an optimal amount of testosterone, there's still a genetic limit that you're going to be able to get to.
By the way, little bit of trivia, and hold it right there. People don't realize this. Although women have a greater ratio of estrogen to testosterone than men do, women still have more testosterone in their bodies than they do estrogen. Yes, that's a fact. They have more testosterone in their bodies than they do estrogen, but their ratio of estrogen to testosterone is more estrogen to testosterone than men have estrogen to testosterone, and men need estrogen in their bodies to gain muscle as well. Continue.
About to get
please.
nerdy for a second.
Thank you.
So, the optimal male is what, 800 nanograms per deciliter of testosterone?
I don't know that. I don't know that.
You'd say 800 to 1100, right?
Sure.
A female will produce on a high end 90 nanograms per deciliter. 90 as compared to 800 to 1100.
Got it.
So there's only so much muscle you can put on. So when girls are going to lift weights, they're not going to get bulky. What's going to happen is they're going to put on, like you said, lean muscle tissue. And when they do put it, they're not going to get huge. What's going to happen is they're going to put on that lean muscle tissue, and the benefit of that is they're going to burn more calories at rest. So they're going to end up looking leaner, looking better. Like those girls, like, you know, fitness models that sell those,
Sure.
like, this
Bang
is my
tee.
program.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
this.
Oh, okay. I see
Those
what you're
girls,
saying.
I know those girls. They lift heavy. Like, I know this one girl, I can't say her name, but she does, like, all those, like, booty growing programs, and this is what I do.
Sure.
What she actually does is she goes to Gold's Gym, and she squats heavy. She's doing heavy deadlifts, heavy squats, and she has this ideal body that all these girls are spending money to look like, because they think, oh, if I do this booty growing program, I'm going to look like that. I'm not going to lift weights. But what that girl actually does, beyond, like, behind closed doors,
Yeah.
is she's working with bodybuilding trainers to get
Sure.
the physique that she has.
Sure.
There's only so big you can get as a girl. So if you lift weights, you're gonna benefit. The
And
look
how
that you want.
hard would you have to work and be lifting to really be like, shit, that chick's bulk? Like, you'd be in the top 1% of women.
You'd have to have
Please
some.
don't tell women to not get bulky. You know, I need something to jerk off to, dude. I need something to jerk off to. I want a thick
Unless you're
trap.
taking exogenous male hormones, there's only so big that they're gonna actually get. Sure, their legs are gonna get a little more bulky because girls, they're genetically predispositioned to hold more of their muscle in their lower half of the body as opposed to the
And
upper
fat
half.
as well in those
And
parts.
fat, yeah.
Right.
But there's only so big that they're going to get unless they take something to get them past. So that's why you're never going to see these, even like in the Mr. Olympia or even in bodybuilding, the high level of girls, even on like the regular fitness level, are taking gear.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
they're
right,
taking Anavar, they're taking stuff like that.
Of course.
But it's just the levels of how much juice they're actually taking.
What does Anavar do to a woman?
It's going to give, like, you're going to put on some muscle, some strength, like similar to men where
Cuts you up.
with the right diet. Otherwise, it's just going to put on
think.
lean, hard muscle tissue.
Yeah, and ultimately what she's saying is, like, when she was looking the way she wanted to, that's what was there. There was more mass on your body, and the muscles were rounder and fuller. That's what she's saying. So it's like,
Yeah.
that's what you're trying to get back. You're trying to gain back what has now sort of shrunken a little bit. That's only going to happen through resistance training. And it's not going to happen from, like, you know, Pilates. Here's the thing with Pilates. Like, you are going to plateau very quickly in body weight things where you keep doing the same thing. Like, where you keep doing the same thing, there's no point in doing it anymore, because now wherever your body looks, if you keep doing that same thing, your body is efficiently trained to do that thing. There's no reason for it to adapt. There's no adaptation.
Also,
So you have to work through that systemic threshold so your body has a reason to adapt.
And we need to end systemic threshold.
the only good thing about those classes is it's going to keep your activity level up. So they will burn more calories.
Sure.
Otherwise, you're
sure.
not going to actually get the physique that those girls that they're looking at, they're not going to get those physiques by doing
you'll be
Pilates
healthy.
classes.
You'll be healthy, yeah.
And you'll burn more calories. But if you actually want to get that look, like that fitness model look, even if you want to just
Or
look
if she just
better,
wants to go back to where she wants to turn the clock back a few years. She wants to gain a little bit more. Like,
You're gonna
muscle
wanna
has
put
gone away because of aging.
lean
and
muscle
she wants to
tissue.
bring it back up. That's
lean
it.
muscle tissue is how you can do it.
Right. Okay, cool. So we answered that. Last one. This is it.
Wait, can I say something to Sharon?
Yes, send us.
I want to recommend something to all the female listeners out there. My good friend Stacia Patwell has a really good at-home program called School of Thought, where if you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to tone up, booty blasters, shit like that, this shit actually works. I've done the workout I did during the pandemic. It's all on Zoom. Stacia is a very funny stand-up comic. But man, she has found her fucking calling. She's been on Rogan. She's been on Bert. She's been on Your Mom's House. She's training Christina Pazitsky. So many different comics that have lost weight.
We'll post her.
Yeah, we should. And,
Maybe we'll
and
have
she
her in.
has got a fucking perfect ass. Perfect ass. And she's my age.
Can we bring her up real quick?
Stacia Patwell.
It's one of my close friends' ex-girlfriend.
Stasia.
Oh, your boy dated her?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
She's from Boston chick, and she
knows her shit.
She knows her shit. She does the hard shit, but like for other people that can't, because a lot of people don't want to do.
No.
It's like
It's
squats.
also entry level. You want to start with those type of things. You know what I mean? It's hard to
Look at
get.
that.
Ooh.
It really is School of Thought, THOT.
Yeah,
I almost made a joke about that.
Yeah. It's good, dude. I am so attracted.
That's a great
to her.
name for. That's a great name for a.
She
is
is
that her website?
She
or
is
is that,
so.
oh, she's real cute.
She's so cute. She's so funny.
Yeah.
She's from Boston.
Nice.
I would date her in a second.
All right.
She has nothing to do with me.
Last one. Keith. What do we got?
All right, Keith has 2 questions. One, how big is too big for a dude?
Oh, we got the perfect dude on for this shit, dude.
And then I know the sun is bad, and I don't think tanning beds are that healthy either, but I'm pale as fuck and have dark circles under my eyes.
I get
What's
this
the
too.
himbo move for
All right,
I got
self-tanning?
the answer for the second one.
All right.
Go ahead. Nick, go.
I think this is the perfect person to have on for this.
Any
you calling me
bigger
too
than-
big?
You are
touching it,
human
my man.
creatine.
Me, I'm regular size.
Listen, man, that's a personal choice.
Yeah, I think it really
But like
depends
at this,
on who you are.
But I'm saying like at this level of size, this is the first thing that people are noticing. Is you're like, that's a thick motherfucker. You do on stage, right? You immediately. The cool thing we were talking about this is like on stage that has to be addressed immediately.
Yeah.
And your comedy, and it's like we've talked about this. Like if you're a fit dude on stage, like. All right, people are gonna hate you immediately because like, what's this motherfucker got to talk about? But it's the
You start in the negative range.
but like not like hey I know I'm a thick blah, blah, blah. Like you have like genuinely very good comedy that is very vulnerable and honest.
Yeah, you have to-
You're a
but
great
you know,
comic.
but you know
Thank
you're working against that. Like it's just like you know what I'm
You
saying.
start
Like
off in
people
a
see this
negative.
immediately, right? So it's like at a certain size, it's like people see your physique 1st Nick. I could see it from like fucking down the block.
Thank you.
Yeah, but it's like that's a personal choice. So
Yeah, I'm
it's
not
like,
going any further north to south. Might as well go east to west. You know,
East to west, parallel.
I don't. So I think that's a personal choice.
it's a
but-
personal choice. I mean, to me, like a guy like Nick Walker, that is too big.
I don't know
Nick
who that
Walker?
is. Yeah, pull up Nick Walker. I gotta
Nick
see
Walker
this guy.
looks like remember the fingerboard mascot?
No.
No.
Well, pull up Nick.
Pull
Walker.
up
They
Nick
call
Walker.
him the mutant.
Oh shit! That guy, the mutant. I've seen this dude.
He's too big in my opinion.
Yeah, but we're talking. Yeah.
That's too big.
You're talking like Rich Piana though. At
For-
this point.
I think
Like,
he's
like
bigger
a,
than Rich Piana.
that. Yeah. Okay. So now we're talking about like
That's
like
too big.
0.00001% of bodybuilders are like.
but also like I like to me the perfect physique is Chris Bumstead, right? But to some people, yeah, that's too
yeah,
big.
but Chris
How
Bumstead
is-
is
how
the
is that?
modern Arnold Schwarzenegger. I
But
think
to
this
some
guy's-
He looks
But-
like Andrew Santino.
That's
Can you
How
cut
tall
that
is he?
out? Can you like? I want to send that to Andrew Santino. I want to put a post up. He looks just like Cheeto.
How tall is that guy?
He can't be that much more than 5'9". But like Chris Bumstead, to me, that's the perfect physique. But to a regular guy who doesn't give a fuck about lifting,
Right,
that
but-
might be like, wow, that's way too much.
But we're talking about you as in the top one. You're in the top 1% of fitness here. So Chris Bumstead is like, if people don't know, Chris Bumstead is the men's classic physique Olympian,
Which is so much better than bodybuilding.
champion. Yeah, it's the physique that they used to have in the 70s. But Chris Bumstead basically is like if Arnold were Cutter.
yeah. Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's-
Yeah.
Wait, how tall is that guy? I'm just very curious because it's like if we Google his name and height, Natalie, I'm just so curious because it just goes to our point earlier about like so many of these dudes.
It's
like,
so subjective.
I was watching the Brian Shaw thing, and like you see him like giving Chris Bumstead the Olympia trophy, and then like you actually see how like these bodybuilders are like small guys compared to someone like
Him
that.
next
You're,
to Sean Clarita was fucking
you lose
hilarious.
perspective when you just see
Because
these Olympians
I'm
on-
way taller than Sean Clarita.
Clarita, Bahamas. Ooh, I want them drama.
He's 5'7".
Okay, so go back to that guy. So this guy is my height. This guy is me and Nick's height right now. Me and Nick are both 5'7", 5'8". And what does he weigh? That's got to be close to 250.
No, 300.
300.
Look at his
Five.
fucking calves,
that's,
dude.
All right, that's literally almost double my size. I'm 170 around. I'm
You're
around
170?
I'm around 170 right now.
I'm lighter than you.
Are you? No, I don't. Think
I'm
you are.
165. I don't get bigger than 160,
It's
165.
all in the. But you're bigger than me. That's weird. You're bigger than me. You're taller than me, and you're. And you have those thick legs and those calves. That's weird. Maybe I'm carrying. Listen, maybe I'm carrying some fucking cocaine.
I
in my
don't think
asshole.
I don't think that I think it's whatever, from somebody that deals with that a lot, where I think I get too big. Like if I've done Anavar, and I was doing HGH and Anavar at the same time. Yes, everybody, this isn't natural. I remember I wore this shirt. TJ Miller had a party to the screening of the new Norm Macdonald special, and all these comics showed up. And I didn't think I was going to go to it, but I went to go see Top Gun, and I just put on this old vintage T-shirt I have that is just so form-fitting. And I showed up, and every comic, and I mean everybody, was like, "Jesus Christ, you're traps, Josh. You are huge."
Yeah, big trap.
And I got so self-conscious.
You got self-conscious about
I
it.
got really self-conscious.
He has a different perspective on it.
For sure.
His humility on it and his modesty is I think it's
That was me when I
a charming
hit
quality.
when I hit 240 at my height. That's when I was like, okay, this is too. When
Too
people,
big.
yeah.
What do
it
you
was
now?
210.
Yeah, dude, the 30
240
extra-
on you is insane.
Two
It was
thir-
crazy.
extra
I was
30
walking up the stairs in Astoria to go like to the train, and like I had abs, but at the same time, I'd get up the stairs and I'd be like out of breath, and I'm
That's
like, oh, this is
uncomfortable.
too big.
That's
Also, you're
uncomfortable.
cramping.
Yeah.
Like,
It's uncomfortable.
I just look at it like this. You do whatever you feel comfortable with. Now, if you are competing and shit like that, then get big, do everything you want to do. If you are trying to make yourself feel good and you want to show off your muscles, fucking do that, because that does make you feel good when women are more attracted to you and they want to touch
Women,
you.
by the way, often do not find that attractive.
I mean, too big. That what that
They
guy
don't.
was.
They
That's like that's
Natalie,
insane.
am I right about? I mean, come on.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but Natalie eats bush.
She does both,
I like men too.
but she likes men that are. Yeah,
That's right.
she likes both.
You flip a coin in the morning and you go, today I scissor.
Yes. that's
Tomorrow
exactly right.
I get
I
poked.
pogo.
But I think it is a personal choice, but you're gonna the bigger you get, the more attention's gonna be put on you.
Yeah,
And so
100%.
do you have to say, do I want that attention? That's what I'm saying is I got that attention and I went, that's a wrap.
Wasn't for you.
It's just I don't like it. I like you know what I like? I like when I'm with a girl and we're about to have sex and I take my shirt off and she goes,
Oh wow!
holy
Look at
shit,
that.
you have a
Yeah.
good body. And I'm like, yeah. Now fucking take
Yeah,
this.
you don't want- you don't
Now
want-
let me-
you don't
now
wanna
let's
walk
wait
around-
20 minutes while this pill kicks in.
They call that the
and I'm gonna fuck you for 3 hours but not be able to come. Okay?
They call that
You cool with
the
that?
sleeper build. That's the
Sleeper
sleeper
build.
build.
You show it a little bit.
Like you take the shirt off and like, oh,
Yes,
all right,
I
yeah.
love that.
That's sleeper
I
build.
love that.
Yeah, you're not trying to wear like a gold chain around your neck.
No, and I don't even like even when I'm on stage. Like I love that. You know the reason I love the winter, and I keep saying I love the winter, is because I get to cover my body, and I get to go on stage and not be this muscular guy, and because I like having muscles. I like
Feels good.
I
It's comfortable.
like. I'm 43, man. I want to go into my 50s, fucking at least, on the up and up, where I'm not like. Because you even said it yesterday. You was like, "Fuck, your metabolism is still fucking strong." Yeah, there's things that help me to do that. But at the same time, I'm built like that. I've always been a
It's
skinnier guy.
vitality. It's vitality.
So I think for sure, personal choice. But just know,
Yeah.
the bigger you get, the more attention comes to you.
Sure. I mean, listen, Nick, who I love, right? There's not a person who's like, if you mention Nick, they're like the first thing they're gonna say is he's fucking jacked.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
we
Funny
know.
guy.
Yeah, but and I'm not talking about.
Yoked.
He's aware of that. You own that. That's like part of who you are. Second part of that question. Yeah, the sun is not great for you in high excess, and tanning beds are not great for you in high excess. But if you want a self tanner, Jergens Natural Glow is a very good tanning cream that does not have any negative side effects for you, and it doesn't really shrink
used
that
it.
much. Is it? And then there's Jergens Natural Glow Express, and I understand what you mean. I get these like dark circles under my eyes, especially in the winter, and people think I'm always sick. And then when I have to like do acting stuff and on camera, it's like I don't like want to put makeup on here. I'm like, let me just even everything out again. But I hate people are always like, did you get? Look at my eyes. They're like, did you get punched in the face? Like people ask me, they're like, oh, you got a black eye. I'm like, and then I'm like, no, I don't have a fucking black eye. Thanks very much. It's like.
You
Pro
should do some
tip, though.
talks, dude. You
No,
should
no, no.
do some talks.
Botox? Do I need Botox? I don't really.
Go,
I don't really
squint,
care.
squint, like really squint.
I'm wearing a hat.
No, frown.
That's my head.
So
normally.
pro tip about
soften
the
some of those lines.
I
They're
don't
not that
really- I
bad,
don't really
but
care. I mean,
all
I
right,
don't
well.
really
when you're wearing the self tanner, be careful. Make sure you wash your hands right afterwards.
Oh, yeah,
because
you'll
when
get
you
it
have
fucking
tan palms, you look like a fucking weirdo.
Well, so is that what this
Or wear
stuff?
the gloves. Get the.
Is
get
that what
the
this
gloves.
stuff looks like? This Jergens natural? Because that was the one
It's
thing
just
about living in
cream.
California. I always say, I remember the 3 things to protect your face.
SPF.
Are SPF 100%, a good moisturizer, a good toner, but an SPF.
Yeah, you need it.
You
But
need
this
it
guy
on
does
your
not
face.
have that problem.
Your body,
Pale.
but you don't want your face to get sun. Protect your face at all costs. Because the reason I have lines up here is because when I had my Jeep, I used to fucking have the top off, and I remember Brittany. She was like, dude, you got sun damage, dude. And
Damn.
I did. I just deep lines on my forehead from that. And I think, like, you got to protect your face, vitamin C oil, some retinol.
But that's also retinols are going to make you more susceptible to sunburn because it's peeling a layer of skin off. So it's like
fucking get a fucking SPF 2000.
2000.
SPF's clutch.
Clutch.
Okay, I think that's it. Right? We have anything else?
I don't think so.
With that, let us go to plugs. Josh, why don't you start us off?
At Josh Adam Myers on all social media. I post clips daily. JoshAdamMyers.com for tickets. I will be in... When does this come out? Monday. This one? All right, perfect. This weekend I'll be at the Plano House of Comedy for New Year's Eve. The following week I will be at the House of Comedy in Minnesota. I will also be at the Laughing Tap in Milwaukee, Wisconsin later in the month. I'll be in Los Angeles. I think you're coming too.
Yeah, man.
January 22nd through the 25th, doing shows at the Comedy Store, Shimmy Shimmy Ya, and a goddamn comedy jam. I just found out Destination Chaos, my Dominican Republic show, that Iggy Pop festival I was going to do in the beginning of February, got moved to October, which fucking bums me the fuck out because I wanted to get 9 prostitutes at once in the thick of winter. But we'll do it in October. Oh, and listen to the 500. I'm going through Rolling Stone magazine's list of the 500 greatest albums with very famous people and music critics, actors, comedians. We have a string of really good episodes. We just had Rex Chapman from Twitter and NBA on, and Ryan Sickler, Bobby Kelly just did The Cars. I love making it as much as I love making this, and help support the show and send us more questions, everybody. We want your questions. We are trying to help build better bows.
Nick.
So I will be, if you want to follow me on social media, it is at Not Nick Simmons on pretty much everything. And then the podcast is Sets and Reps Podcast. Also, third week of I'm taking a little bit off. I'm going to Rio for a little bit, take a little break. Then when I come back, third week of January, I will be in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And then the week after that, I will be in Dania Beach at the Improv in Florida.
Yes, go check out Nick. He's very funny. Check out his social media. He puts great fucking clips up there. Really, really funny. A lot of those go viral. And Sets and Reps. Very, very cool show.
It's
If you like this
great,
show, you
dude.
probably like this show.
It's so
Thank
great
you.
what you guys do with Natty or Not. It's like, it's so entertaining.
If you're into
Appreciate
if you're into fitness shit, you like the minutia and the sciencey shit that we talk about on here, you'll like that show. As for me, it's at I am Justin Silver on all social media platforms. IamJustinSilver.com. I put all my road dates up there. For this podcast, it's Himbo's Podcast on all social media platforms. Himbospodcast at gmail.com to send in the questions that make Josh happy. And if you go to our social media, in that link, on that link tree, you can find the merch where we have the retro Himbos t-shirts. Thank you for the 5-star ratings and reviews on iTunes. Thank you for liking and subscribing on YouTube. And for each week, if someone screen caps one of their positive 5-star rated reviews on iTunes, I will send one of you one of those retro Himbos t-shirts. And with that, let's go to a little philosophy.
Being that the year is about to come to an end, this one is from T.S. Eliot. For last year's words belong to last year's language, and next year's words await another voice. And to make an end is to make a beginning.
And
Good luck, everybody.
Next year's word is antediluvian. We will see you all next week.
We are the Himbos, we are not bimbos. 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 Himbo body, Himbo mind, Himbo souls, Himbo philosophy, Himbo fashion, Himbo fitness, Himbo grooming, Himbo science. We are the Himbos, we are not bimbos. We are the Himbos, we are not bimbos. We are the Himbos,